Good morning. I'm Elizabeth Wartluft. I teach tango in Portland, Oregon.
And I'm Heidi Weiss. I teach Pilates and nutrition in Portland as well.
And we decided to do another video on foot health and exercises so that you can continue to protect your feet and strengthen them while you dance tango.
So today I'm going to show you an exercise and a stretch to continue from what we did last time. All you'll need is a little silicone band that you can find at a street fair. I'm sure you can get them on Amazon as well, but you probably own one of these and you don't even know it somewhere in your junk drawer. You could also use a broccoli rubber band if you don't have one of these. The thick rubber bands that they tie around broccoli work really well. Anything that provides resistance and that you can just hold on to, about this size. So this exercise I call weightlifting for the toes. It is a classical Pilates exercise using originally a device called a toe corrector. It was what Joseph Pilates named it, and I use just a little stretchy band that is made of silicone. But you could also use the rubber bands that are around broccoli. Those really thick rubber bands would work fine for this as well. So it's helpful particularly if there are bunions or if the toes get squished, which is why this can be a really great thing for tango dancers. Sometimes the toes of the shoes are narrow and compress the foot, and so this helps widen the arch of the foot so that bunions don't develop further, or it can even change the way that bunions are looking in the foot. So you'll put the band around the toe, and you can do this with all of the toes, but we'll start with the big toe, and lift it up like you're lifting a heavy weight with a crane, and then the toe is gonna push down. And you can see my big toe wants to go closer to my other toes, which is fairly typical. That is probably because this wants to counterbalance, or the bunion growth when people have it is usually because this wants to counterbalance the toes all coming to the other side of the foot. And the further the toes go, the more your foot will actually pull out to the side to counterbalance that. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to pull the toe in the opposite direction, and you might just have to kind of pull on that side of the band to get it to do that, and strengthen the muscle memory of the foot, of the toe, to go that direction. And then you can do about 10 repetitions of that and then go on to the next toe. And you'll probably find that you have certain toes that have better spacing between them than others. This one is, for me, really close to the other one, so it's a harder toe for me to do, but again, it's just little weightlifting for it. And you can go, some people's toes really will want to curl one way or the other, so you really have to like pull on one side more than the other, but you're trying to keep that alignment of the knuckle of the toe going straight up toward the ceiling. And you can go all the way to the pinky toe. I'll just skip to the pinky here for purposes of brevity, but even this little stubby toe has muscles in it, and it has muscles that are connected to your foot, and it's very important in tango to keep the control from the toes all the way into the arch of the foot. So we exercise even that one. You can see my other toes want to work, so I'll just hold those down with my hand to give this one a chance, because it's not used to doing stuff as much all on its own because it's short. And then you can do some of those other piano playing exercises here too, just to sort of reintegrate and rest. So another exercise you can do to help stretch and tone your feet is just sitting on the heels with the toes under you. You can do it this way, and you can also do it this way. Both help stretch the feet. This may be quite uncomfortable, but see if you can build up in your tolerance for doing this stretch from wherever you're starting with, 30 seconds to a minute to maybe 2 minutes and up, but You can also lean a little bit forward. This is a modification. If it feels just too painful to even hold for a tiny bit, you can lean forward to ease some of the tension. But try, if you can, to set your shoulders over your hips and over your heels. And also make sure that the pinky toe is in there, because it will try to probably sneak out. Another way of varying the stretch is to move your heels apart from each other and then back toward each other. And that will roll the pressure from the inner part of the foot to the lateral part of the foot, which if you're tighter in one side, you'll be able to tell. So this is safe and good to do even if you have some amount of arthritis in your toes. A lot of times people will say, I can't do this because it just hurts. It will actually build your tolerance to be able to be in a flexed position longer. But then it's good to counterbalance when you're done by doing this one as well. Usually the other one is more uncomfortable than this one, but sometimes this is harder for people if the top of the foot is tighter. So do whichever one feels harder for you more, unfortunately. That's probably the one you need. And then both of them just for balance. So from behind, this is what it looks like. If you're drawing the heels toward each other, you can see there's more stretch on the medial part of my foot. And then if the heels are drawing apart from each other and I really tuck the pinky toe under, then there's more stretch in the lateral part.